Good morning, viewers. It's Saturday the 23rd of January, or a little bit late, aren't we? It's not morning actually. Good afternoon, viewers. It's 1:45 actually, but that's Saturday, so I have to have about 5 cups of tea before I can do anything. So yes, we had omelettes for breakfast and ham and cheese, so I didn't bother filming all that. But we're now going to make some pancakes, which I think is just perfect student food. So cheap, so easy. Is there anything more delicious on the planet? I don't think so. So today we've got Elvis at the with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. So it's the one that has been put together obviously after his death, with strings and full-on orchestra. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Some of the tracks are outstanding, I think. And The Grass Won't Pay No Mind. Check that one out. Absolutely outstanding. I think Neil Diamond wrote that. I might say in here actually. And there's Steamroller Blues is on there. I think that's the James Taylor one, isn't it? Should I have a little look? See what we can find in there. Might tell us in here. Let's see. Yeah, you've got Bridge Over Troubled Water. That's Paul. Yeah, Neil Diamond. The Grass Won't Pay No Mind. Yeah, it's James Taylor, the Steamroller, so he did that on Live from Hawaii, didn't he, for all those Elvis songs. Really recommend this then. Yeah, seriously good. On Louise's Kitchen, we don't talk about products we don't like. I can't be negative. I mean, why be negative, really? Obviously, I have some outspoken comments on things, but, you know, that's me. Just basically, I love Elvis. I'm a very sort of happy person, generally, so I like to share things with you that we love. So here's Elvis. I'll put it back over there. Hope that's not too loud for you, but it's such a good one. You like my morning fire, burning like. Thank you, by the way, to all those that suggest I should be called the singing chef. I think that's a fantastic idea. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, Pyrex, you can't beat it. That one is from 1962. You can find these in any charity shop. I think this one I paid £3 for. I have got 2 more up there in case I ever break it, because I kind of pick them up when I see them. I love this because it's got 4-leaf clovers on it. There's one. Another one upside down there somewhere. There's the other one. It's just gorgeous. You know, hopefully it'll add some luck to our day. Now, whoever bothers measuring? I don't know. I mean, you see all these. What are they called? The scales that have like the really fine digital scales. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't even think about how to work one. Let's just put it in the pot and see what happens. Okay. That's my. Oh, I think I'll leave that egg. We're going to go with. I'll just turn Elvis down a little bit actually in case it's off-putting for you. This is a good one though, isn't it? It's now or never. Your basic recipe for pancakes that you can't fail with is 1 egg to half a pint of milk to 4 ounces of flour, plain flour. It doesn't matter if you use self-raising. That said, you can put 2 eggs to that, it'll just make it a bit richer. You can add a bit more milk, it'll just make the batter a bit thinner. It doesn't have to be exact. It's all going to be delicious. What I'm going to do today is 2 eggs, approximately a pint of milk, and approximately 8 ounces of flour. This flour, so cheap, it's 55p for that great big packet. It's fantastic. I've road tested virtually every flour in my time, and I can't fault this for something like pancakes. You possibly wouldn't want to use it if you were doing that very delicate light sponge. For pancakes, it's cheap, it's spot on. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put 2 eggs in the bowl. Okay, 1, 2. Always rinse your hands after eggs, because just in case the salmonella factor is there. So there we go, that'll be off there. I think the easiest way to do it is to whisk up the eggs. The handle fell off my whisk, it doesn't really matter, does it? So whisk the eggs up. There we go. My love won't wait. And we're going to add about a pint of milk. It doesn't matter. You can use skimmed, you can use whole milk. I just happen to have this in the fridge at the moment, so we're going with semi-skimmed today. And I think that's probably about a pint, might be a bit more. Doesn't really matter. As long as it's you know, makes a decent-ish looking batter. Oh, that's the problem with the whisk having one handle. Not never mind. Right, so I'm going to use that flour, but I have actually got some. What do you think of this, viewers? This is probably, I think it's 1906, so it's over 100 years old. It's an Edwardian one, but I still use it. I absolutely love it. So, your family in there. Now, that's a plain flour, and always keep your flour in a plastic bag because it can get flour lice in it. That's probably a bit too much in there. That's probably 10-12 ounces, so I'm just going to shake it in. I could sieve it, I can't really bother, to be honest, it doesn't make much difference. That looks about right to me, so I'm going to stir that round, and now I'm going to pass on to you fantastic tip for batter. Once it's stirred in, yeah, that's going to be perfect. I don't think I need to add any milk to that. Can you see now, if you just zoom in on that please for me camera, that's now looking like a batter. It's a little bit lumpy, but here's my tip. I don't use a blender because I've got to wash it up. That's not laziness. What does Noddy Holder saying? Come on, feel the noise. So you think we have a lazy time where you should know better? It's just about practical time constraints. I don't always have time to wash the blender. This is easy, this just goes in the sink. If you leave that for half an hour, and I've got other stuff to do now, we don't want the pancakes quite yet. If you leave that for half an hour, I guarantee the lumps will come out. All you have to do is give it like a quick little whisk at the end and it'll be perfect. So that's my little tip. So you can't always do that, you students. You might want to hand blender, blitz it in. But I've got half an hour now, so I'm just going to leave that. In the meantime, there's one thing I want to tell you. Whenever I fry, there's one line that I say, and it is, frying tonight. It comes from our film of the week, the outstanding Hammer spoof, Carry On Screaming. Seriously recommended watch from Louise's kitchen. Obviously watch it at Halloween, it's absolutely brilliant. But we saw this the other night with our friends and we were screaming with laughter, with tears falling down our faces. Oh, odd bod. Fenella Fielding is Valeria. What an underrated actress she truly is. I heard the other day that she was up against Honor Blackman for the lady role in the Avengers. I can't remember, that wasn't Mrs. Peel, was it? That was the other one. I can't remember. But anyway, she was so unlucky not to get that part, I think. She was the voice in Dougal and the Blue Cat. She was the factory voice. The blue voice, yes, that's right. So absolutely outstanding in it. She's the mistress of the double entendre. Hilarious. And Kenneth Williams there at his absolute finest as Dr. Watt. It's quite interesting actually. He's got Harry H. Corbett. I think that's the only time he was with the Carry On team, and he's outstanding in it. And he's called Sidney Bung in it because his role was meant to be played by the excellent Sid James, who they couldn't release from whatever theatre he was in. So Harry H. Corbett stepped in as Sidney Bung, and he's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The whole thing is. Peter Butterworth just makes the most fantastic woman when he's dressed up trying to catch Oddbod. I won't spoil the end for you other than to say, frying tonight! Watch it. Thank you. Okay, hi, so we're back in the kitchen and this is, well there we are. So few lumps, look at that, they just dissolve if you leave it a little while. Overnight in the fridge is also ideal. If you make it the night before, which, you know, it's easy enough to do, isn't it? Leave it in the fridge, put a bit of cling film on the top and you're sorted. Okay, so that's perfect batter. Now, what else have we been up to today? Oh, with you. It's a beautiful version. It really works well with the orchestra. Shall I stay? Do you remember that bit in Blue Hawaii when he's singing to the old Nana? Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? Oh, yeah, so what else have we been up to? I put in a bit of lamb. I put this in at, I don't know, 8 o'clock this morning when I was blearily getting my first cup of tea. It's on slow, very, very, very slow. I'll just turn Elvis down slightly. There we go, Elvis. Number 100. We'll probably get this out at 5 o'clock tonight, 6 o'clock tonight, something like that. Let's show you how it's going on. So we've got in here, actually, it's doing, oops, well, that's a little dangerous, don't do this at home, kids. It's going quite well, actually. That is going to be melt in the mouth gorgeous by 5, 6 o'clock tonight. I personally love lamb with tomatoes, again with the curry. I think you can't beat a lamb Rogan Josh. That's a very tomato-y based curry sauce. I like lamb with a sort of tomato and basil sauce, especially fresh tomatoes. If you've got the glut of those in the summer or out of your greenhouse, ideal. I like it with potatoes just drizzled in butter, a bit of mint there, absolutely gorgeous. So we'll probably have with this tonight. I probably won't film it because it'll just be gravy, potatoes, peas, carrots probably. A bit of a bog standard, but you can't beat a good bit of lamb in the oven. I cook in the Pyrex again because then I don't like cooking in tin foil because I think there's always these scares on aluminium and I like to use the juices of the meat. So when this is done, there'll be some fabulous juices there that I'll put in the fridge. Leave them a couple of days till the fat rises to the top, pull that off and stick them in a soup. I'll show you that when we do it. So there we go, that's going to go back in there for at least another 3 hours, and I'll probably just whack the heat up to 180 for the last 40 minutes. Okay, so that's that. So now let's go on with pancakes. Now one thing in Louise's kitchen, I don't have enough storage space, so every time I get a saucepan out, the whole lot fall out. And today is no exception. Here we go. No damage, meant to be dropped these pans. Okay, so that's my pancake pan. Sharp. That'll hold. Okay, I only use this one for pancakes. It's looking a little rough around the edges now, but it works. It's got very flat bottom. So try and keep one separate for pancakes just so it doesn't smell of onions all the time or whatever else you put in there. Mushrooms as well will turn it a bit black. Now, you will notice that I didn't put any sugar in the batter. There's one piece of advice I can give to you all, especially you students out there. Look after your teeth. You do not need sugar in pancake mixture. You can add it, it adds nothing. Chances are you'll be adding something like maple syrup anyway to the pancakes. Please don't, have something a little less sugary. But maple syrup at least is a wholesome product, a natural product. Don't have maple flavour syrup. That is garbage, you're not to touch it. So what we got today, we're probably going to have this raspberry coulis with ours and a bit of fresh cream there. James doesn't like that, so he'll probably be on the chocolate sauce. Not great for your teeth, but still is quite nice. My preferred sauce is apple. We have a lot of apple trees in the garden here, and I tend to make apple sauce and freeze it. Today, however, I forgot to get it out of the freezer, so we're not going to be having that today. So here we go. I'm going to dish this into the pan with a ladle. I've got the pan warming up nicely there. The first pancake is always awful, I think, so we tend to just, we used to give it the dogs, we no longer have the dog, sadly, but you know, I tend to eat that one. I don't tend to give that to any guests or anything. Because you need your pan really nice and hot. So let's get out a plate. These again were Marks and Spencer's. Again, in the sale, I think I paid £1 each for these. They're lovely. I've got them in teal and this gorgeous yellow colour. I didn't get so many of these. The yellow ones were only 75p, but aren't they gorgeous? They're so summery, so I like those side by side there. Now, I didn't put any sugar in. My advice, I have to say, is butter. I think pancakes fried in butter are the only way to go. You can use lard, you can use olive oil, but really the French way, and I learnt this off my grandma who spent a lot of time in northern France. Slightly salted butter is the only thing to use, so that's what I go with. Yeah, we all have our vices. It's not sugar, it's butter. So here we go. Let's put a bit of butter in the pan. Too much there. Golden grey Chicago morning, another little baby child is born in the ghetto. Such a sad song. Right, we're not going to get mad with the butter. I don't actually need all that, so let's put that there. Use that in the next one. There we go. Here's the ladle. A little swirl around in there again. Spatula there. I'm not going to toss. The amount of times I've tossed and one's landed on my hand and burnt it, or landed on the floor, not worth it. So I'll use the spatula. Not for any adventures today. So probably a good ladle full in there. And there we are. Pan's probably not hot enough, so I'm going to make two. That's the first one. For you to see there. And you don't want to really disturb it until it starts to set on the top. Trouble with this pan is that it cooks faster in the middle. It's a Tefal red spot pan and it does that every time. So I think what I'll do is just add a little bit more batter on the top there. Oops, getting it all over the kitchen. Oh, this is a beautiful song. I think Elvis really does a gospel song like no one else. Beautiful song, this one. I'm not sure if it's a hymn or a gospel song, but it's lovely. How great thou art. He was a very spiritual man, of course. Okay, so here we go. I'm just almost ready to flip now. Just try and wait till that's gone. Your pan obviously won't do that in the middle, but that's okay. Okay, there we go. Right, as I say, the first one is never that great. We're just waiting really while the pan gets nice and hot. But it's all right, so I'll enjoy that one. I probably won't add any sauce to mine because I'm being good after Christmas. Fill my heart. That will do for me. Okay, now on with the business of the proper ones. That's for me. Number adoration. Nice bit of steam going there. I think that's done. There we go. Yeah, nice sound there. This one will have a lovely golden colour. I reckon that amount of mixture there probably going to make about 9 or 10, something like that. So, you know, you've got a few students sleeping over. It's the easy thing to do, isn't it? Got a few of your mates after a club on a Sunday morning. That's you sorted, really. So cheap, so good for you all. It's just a question of what you put on it, really, isn't it? Don't go with the golden syrup, it's just tooth decay. Dentist pensions, that's all it is. Oh, that was lovely, Elvis. Really enjoyed that one. What have we got next? Let's have a look. Oh, steamroller, baby. So, Steamroller Blues, the old James Taylor song. I hope Elvis has took the rude word out. I'm sure he has. Yeah, I'm a steamroller, baby. Gonna roll right over you. Now that's a much better colour, isn't it? What do you think about that? Yeah, my soul, it's some sweet rock and roll. Should you follow rhythm and blues? Okay, here we go. Absolutely gorgeous. What could be better? Pancakes a la Louise's kitchen. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Enjoy.